Hi everyone, I'm Abby and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. Now last episode we were about to go to trial and we finished the second investigation part, so let's continue that now. Nick? Yeah? Did you know that Von Karma's daughter is only 18? Just like me? Yeah. Why? I was just thinking about how strong she is. I mean, she's been in Germany all this time all by herself, and she's so grown up. Yeah, and I'm sure she felt a lot of pressure from her father's reputation. Then you look at me and, well, I'm the daughter of the master, but I'm still just a little girl. And on top of that, I'm the suspect in a murder trial. But I think you're really strong too, Maya, for all you've gone through. Good morning. The two of you look like you're doing well today. I'm happy for you. Hey, morning, Pearly. You'll be safe today, Mystic Maya. Huh? What do you mean? My mother has come today to show her support. Yeah, that's right, Pearly. Hey, Pearls? Yes, Mr. Nick? Do you think you could do me a big favor? Could you channel Mia today too? Huh? I was sort of hoping to sit in the audience today and watch. Please, it's very important to me. I don't feel confident enough without her help. Mr. Nick, that's enough. You can't show weakness in front of the person you love. Pearly, not this again. Please, can you do this for us, Pearls? Alright, I'll do it. I'll do it for Mystic Maya's sake. See you later, then. I'll leave you two to your alone time. Phew, thank goodness. Nick? This way Pearls won't be able to see today's trial. What do you mean? What's going on? Yeah, because your mother's involved. Be tough on a little girl, yeah. Court is now in session for the trial on Maya Fey. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Let's start already. Mr. Phoenix Wright, I look forward to tonight's news with great joy. Image of your defeated face will be transmitted all over the world. All over the world, huh? That's gonna be quite a name for yourself, Phoenix. Don't be foolish, you foolish fool wearing the foolishly foolish clothes. The famous one is me. I'm the prodigy who has never lost a case since becoming a prosecutor 5 years ago. Naturally, the world's eyes are on me, as I conduct my first trial in this country. That's nice, Miss Von Karma. Glad to see you in such good spirits today, Miss Fey. It's true what they say. Women really are scary when they fight. Now then, a very interesting theory was presented during yesterday's session. The defendant could have left the channeling chamber, correct? Yes. And this key is proof of that. This key, the only key to the channeling chamber, is not where it should have been. Your Honor, I would like to say one thing before we begin. Alright, let's hear it. The prosecution has determined that from the time of the murder to the time of arrest, the defendant did indeed leave the room at one point. What? But, Miss Von Karma, then how do you explain this picture? Are you saying then that the person in this picture is not the defendant? I never said that wasn't the defendant. Then what is the meaning of this? All I am saying is that Maya Fey, after killing the victim, exited the room. I believe that is when she dropped this key. Can you substantiate your claim? Isn't that what I'm here for? Prosecution would like to call the defendant's aunt, Morgan Fey, to the stand. Just as I suspected. Aunt Morgan. Poor Mia. She seems really torn by this. Witness, name and occupation. My name is Morgan Fey, and I am a spirit medium, in a manner of speaking. I'm sorry, but what do you mean in a manner of speaking? I don't think anyone really cares. Now then, after the murder took place, you kept watch over the defendant, correct? Yes, that is correct. I performed the spirit severing technique on Mystic Maya then. Spirit severing technique? A technique to remove a spirit from the body and send it back to the other world. That is, yes, that is. You, be quiet. Now, witness. Something happened while you were performing this technique, correct? Yes, that is correct. What in the world could have... Mystic Maya, she escaped from the room. What? And here we come to the heart of the matter. Maya Fey, while in a possessed state, managed to escape from the channeling chamber. Order! 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 Miss Fey, please testify to this court what happened during that time. Your Honor, I will try my best. I think someone just upped the ante on this trial. After we heard the gunshots, those two broke the door open and entered the chamber. I requested Mr. Wright and the other lady please contact the police. A pistol was hanging from Mystic Maya's hand and she was in a daze. Then, quite suddenly, she thrust me away from herself and escaped from the room. With great strength, she hit the base of my neck and I fainted for a short while. Afraid I have no knowledge of where she went after that. Now we know she's lying. Why have you hidden this until now? I did not wish to cause more trouble for Mystic Maya. However, I must correct falsities when they arise. That's right. She is simply correcting a falsity, Mr. Phoenix, right? Why is she making it a point to take a stab at me? Never mind. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. My aunt is a very smart and sly person. It's going to be hard for us to find a crack in her testimony. Yeah. Was it really necessary to have two people do something as simple as call the police? There was a possibility of escape, then one of us should have stayed behind. Yes, that is a very good point. At that time, I myself was a little confused. On top of which, there was another... Another what, madam? Oh, it's nothing. No need to concern yourself. I want to hear the end of that sentence. There was another reason you wanted both of us out of that room, wasn't there? You must testify. Why did you chase us out of the room? I simply do not wish for there to be more victims. The lives of both the good sir and that camera woman may be in danger. That's what I thought to myself. Well, that was very noble of you, Miss Fey. This is bad. Now people have a good impression of her and a bad one of us. Looks like she caught us napping. It's my aunt for you. Are you satisfied now, Mr. Wright? Miss Fey, please continue. During our investigation, you stated that you struck the defendant on the head, and this strike caused Maya to lose consciousness. Do you stand by this statement? I'm afraid I don't. The statement I gave you was a lie. But why would you lie about something like that? It's very painful for me to say this, however... The witness was lying to cover for the defendant. She was covering for Maya? So you were covering for the defendant? Well, yes. It was only later that I was informed of what had occurred. That the renegade Mystic Maya had done something very unexpected. Something unexpected? What pray does she... Oh! This witness didn't and couldn't have seen what happened. If you want to know what this unexpected thing was, there is always later. Yes, very well. Ugh, why does it suddenly feel like there's a rock in the pit of my stomach? Now, witness, continue with what happened. Was it really that easy for her to escape from you? I'm ashamed to admit to such a thing, however, yes. But you are physically larger and stronger than the defendant. There's no way she could have escaped from you so easily. Have you forgotten already, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? What about this picture? Remember that at the time, the defendant was not physically Maya Fey. Ugh. Wrong role is a mysterious thing. Trust me, I know firsthand. Basically, Miss Takamari's body was still that of the nurse she had called. But if she had run away, wouldn't you have given chase right away? Well, yes, I would have. However... Is that because you were unconscious? Why, yes. Great. Well, now what? So while you were unconscious, you have absolutely no idea where the defendant went? I would think that's obvious, good sir. If that's true, then how can you know for sure the defendant left the channeling chamber at all? Now that you mention it, I have to wonder myself. It's true that this witness is not able to confirm this. But the key word here is this witness. What do you mean by that? It means she has another witness up her sleeve. That's what. Looks like Miss Von Karma is ready to move on to her next witness. That's enough. From what I can tell, there is nothing wrong with this witness's testimony. And from what she has said, we can establish that Maya Fey did leave the chamber. I hope this isn't going to come back and bite us in the butt. Now, let's take the next logical step and ask, where did the defendant go after leaving the channeling chamber? Yes. That's exactly what we should be. Ike! Be quiet, you. Now then, with the escapee done what she had gone to speak with a certain person. She went to speak with someone? Who was it? The prosecution calls Miss Eenie Miney, who was sleeping in the side room at the time. Eenie Miney? I think you can see where this is headed. Witness, name and occupation. Okay, so my name is, like, Eenie Miney. I'm, like, researching, like, parapsychology stuff at the, university. What is this parapsychology? Let's see. It's, like, I guess most people call it occult stuff. Even if that's what most people call it, I can't say I understand what that means. Then I suggest you go home and research it yourself. Yes, sir. Now then, Miss Miney. After the murder took place, you spoke with the defendant, Maya Fey. Is this correct? Well, like, I guess. If that's the case, then let's hear your testimony. That is alright, isn't it, Your Honor? Yes, sir. For the love of all things good, Your Honor, have some spine. For my sake. I know. He's funny and entertaining, but gullible and lacks spine, which is funny. Bad combination for a judge. At least in real life. Like, when the channeling started, I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Like, a little later, someone came into the room, like, really suddenly. It was like, oh my goodness, totally my sister. I, like, hadn't seen her in, like, so long. I was so happy in, like, a sad way. A sister, she, like, told me something, like, totally terrible. Now hold your horses, young lady. You're saying the person that entered was your sister? Don't you mean the defendant, Maya Fey? Really now, Your Honor? Maya Fey was still in the middle of channeling at the time. Are you saying that the spirit was the spirit of this witness's sister? Yes, Mimi Miney. She was a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. Oh, well, this is... Witness? Like, yeah? In your testimony, you mentioned a terrible thing. Why don't you tell the court what this terrible thing was? I'm sure we'd love to hear about it. Like, do I totally, like, really have to? Of course. Miss Miney, please. My sister, like, this is what she said to me. That was no accident. I was drugged. Sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair. Did it? Any? Yeah, I have more context for the opening cutscene now. Really sad. She took her revenge? Are you sure that's what she said? Yes. There, are you satisfied, Your Honor? I still can't believe it. I can't believe that a spirit goes so far as to use a medium to get revenge. It is a bit hard to swallow. However, all the evidence and testimonies point to this as the truth. The end. What do you think, Mr. Wright? It certainly seems like all the loose ends are accounted for. This testimony just now, was it all made up? Was it just one huge lie? Of course it was, Phoenix. Mia? What do you mean? It's well constructed, but that's all it is. But even the most well-spun lies can be undone. You can do it, Phoenix. Let's find that one loose thread and unwind this tapestry of lies. Your Honor, there is room for doubt, so the defense will cross-examine this witness. We believe that our cross-examination will reveal the real truth behind this murder. Yet again, the foolish fool spouts out more foolishly foolish drabble. I wonder if you'll make this one more entertaining than the last. You were happy in a sad way? Yeah, it was my sister. But wouldn't most people react here with surprise to seeing a dead loved one alive again? But maybe if I was someone who didn't know about the occult, but I knew all about the Korean channeling technique. The point here is the witness immediately recognized that it was her sister. Yeah, what she said. Should I drop this line of questioning? So you really didn't think anything strange of the whole encounter? Nah. There wasn't any reason for me to, think anything was strange. But, ow! Don't keep badgering her. You know the phrase objection? Could you try using that once in a while? Mr. Wright, this question of what the witness felt when she saw her sister. Is it really that important? Eh. It is very important, although I haven't quite figured out what it is yet. I've got to bluff for now and make it seem like I know what I'm talking about. That's Phoenix's MO. Alright, Mr. Wright. Miss Miney, please amend your testimony. Okay. I'm totally cool with that. This is why we know it isn't normal, because there's blood on her. That was a very well-spun lie, Miss Innie. What are you babbling about this time, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It's well-constructed, but that's all it is. Stealing my lines now, are we, Phoenix? Miss Miney, may I remind you of what you said? You said that there was nothing strange about your sister's appearance. Yeah. And? But I don't think this is what you were thinking at all. Take a look at this picture. This is a picture of the sister you met. I would think that even you'd be surprised if someone appeared before you like this. The blood spray. Miss Miney, why did you not include the blood you saw in your testimony? If you were really testifying and not lying, you would have noted it right off the bat. Order. Miss Miney, what is the meaning of this? Miss Miney? I'm thinking. Don't interrupt me. Eep. And what are you stammering about, Your Honor? That witness. Her personality did a complete 180 there. Lots of people do that when they get on the stand, though. First of all, calm yourself, witness. I'm sorry. I, didn't mean to snap. Now, hurry up with the testimony. If you please. The judge still looks a little shaken up. about how he's going to be. Like, the side room was like kind of dark, you know? So like the costume is like purple, right? The butt spray totally blended right in. And I like persuaded my sister it wasn't like right to do something like that. And then like I took my sister to the channeling chamber. Yes, now I see. And you have given us clear reason for why you didn't notice the blood. Yeah, thanks, Gramps. Are you satisfied, Mr. Wright? Alright, I guess not. Very well. You may question the witness. And what was your sister, Miss Mimi Miney, like at the time? Well, she was, like, totally flipped out because she just shot Dr. Gray. But I think, like, she knew. She, like, said she did something really bad. And, like, she said she wanted to go with me to, like, apologize to Miss Morgan. Did Mimi's spirit really say all that to you? Like, yeah. Was your sister calm by that time? Like, I guess so. I guess maybe, like, taking her revenge on Dr. Gray, like, made her feel a lot better. I'd like to feel a lot better too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. The sooner the better. She says with a whip at the ready. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? May I ask you one more thing, Miss Miney? Like, sure. Was there anything you found strange, unusual, just out of place? Something out of place? Huh? Like, when do you mean? When? When you... Yeah. I'm talking when you were going to the channeling chamber, of course. Like, no, nothing strange. She answered rather quickly. Now what? Yeah. Think harder. I know you can remember something. I, like, totally can't. That's not good enough. You have to explain yourself clearly to this court. Do you think, Mr. Wright, that whether or not there was something odd on the way to the channeling chamber is all that important? Yeah, it's very important. I guess because it is very important. Not that I know where I'm going with this. Very well. Miss Miney, if you will, please include a statement about this in your testimony. Like, I don't get why, but okay. I, like, didn't see him when it went on the way to, like, the channeling chamber. And this is why she should have seen something. I finally found the fault, or I guess in your case, the crack in your perfect lie. Take a look at this urn. Like, urn? There are cracks. Do you see them? So, like, what does that prove? Who cares about some worn-out old urn? Like, yeah. I already, like, said I didn't see, like, anyone on the way to the channeling chamber. I didn't, like, totally say anything about, like, an urn, did I? It looks like you still don't understand. I propose if you had really been walking along the winding way at that time, there was no way you could not have seen this person. Yeah, his Pearl is trying to fix the urn. I'd like to introduce someone to you. This is Miss Morgan Fay's daughter, Pearl Fay. Yes? And how is this child relevant? It just so happens that at the time of the murder, Pearl was playing in the center garden. Oh. And she just happened to break this urn. Oh. Oh! Wait, she broke the urn? Yep, she accidentally knocked it over with her ball. And Pearl was the one who put it back together, while sitting right in the middle of the winding way. What? Yeah. Miss Miney? Pearl was there in the winding way at the time. She was hard at work putting the pieces of the urn back together, you see. If you couldn't see that while you were walking, I have to declare you legally blind. Grr. I think I've sufficiently proven one thing, Miss Miney. You are a masterful liar. Mr. Wright, you need to watch what you say. The one who needs to watch what she's saying is the witness. So, Miss Miney, tell us the truth. About what? About what? About where you really were at the time of the murder, of course. The witness just testified about that. That's right. I was, like, sleeping in the side room. Can I really believe her? Was she really sleeping in the side room? Yeah. There isn't no way. Your lie is end here. What do you... The witness says that during the actual murder, she was asleep in the side room. And I say that's not possible because there is clearly a contradiction here. A contradiction? Where is this contradiction? Earlier in your testimony, Miss Miney, you made the following statement. And, like, Miss Morgan was the only one in the channeling chamber, you know? It's true that at the time, both myself and Miss Hart were not there. They had gone to call the police. So? Like, what does that, like, have to do with anything? It's very simple. Miss Miney, how did you know that fact? How? I coincide that Miss Fay was the only person in the channeling chamber. However, someone who was asleep in the side room could not have known that. Which means, Miss Miney, you did in fact go to the channeling chamber. But you didn't go there by way of the winding way. Kinda creepy when she does it with her hat, isn't it? But look at the manor guide map. If one were to go between the side room and the channeling chamber, one would have to use the winding way. Yes, that's right, Your Honor. Which is why I asked this very important question. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? Miss Miney, please answer the question. Don't ask a question off of a baseless assumption, if you please. Well, I suppose since you put it out on the table, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you might as well answer the question for us. Where was the witness at the time of the murder? How's your chance, Phoenix? Yeah. The only person who could have killed Dr. Gray was Eenie Miney, so now is the time to prove it. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Where was the witness when the murder took place? She had to have been in the channeling chamber. Miss Miney was here, of course. What? But that's the channeling chamber. Isn't that the crime scene? That's right. Miss Miney was at the scene of the crime. Order, order, order. Ugh. Mr. Phoenix Wright, have you lost your mind? Yesterday's testimony established that only the victim and the defendant were in the chamber when the channeling started. Yes, that is correct. Please explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Simple. Miss Eenie Miney was hiding at the scene of the crime. I was hiding? Where? Like, where was I hiding? Here, of course. Behind the folding screen? Ah, don't make me say this again. Recall yesterday's testimony. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. See, you stupid jerk. Quit being so quick to pin it on me, slime ball. Now, Miss Miney. I'm so young as you shouldn't be saying. Shut it, Gramps, as if you know exactly how old I am. I'm sorry. Look at the pipe's about to burst. Guess I should help it along. The witness was hiding behind that folding screen with the help of this clothing box. Miss Miney, how were you able to hide yourself at the scene of the crime is very simple. You were hiding inside this box. Ah, that tiny little box? No person can fit in that. Sorry, but your theory has already been disproved. Bob disproved you when she was hiding from me in it. But that clothing box was in the side room, right? which means it has nothing to do with the murder at all. That's right, I was sleeping there, so I should know. That clothing box was there in the side room the whole time. Mr. Wright? Do you think you can prove where the clothing box was at the time of the crime? And now I present the piece of evidence that will prove this clothing box was at the scene of the crime when the murder took place. It doesn't matter what you present, it can be either the clothing box or the folding screen because both of them have bullet holes in them. Take a look at this clothing box. You're so stupid. As if there's any sort of evidence in that old thing. What on earth? I don't have time for you to sit there surprised. Hurry up and say it already. There's a hole about 8 inches off the ground. A hole about 8 inches off the ground. Where have we heard that before? The folding screen. It had a hole at the same height. That's right. I hope this has opened your eyes to what happened. At the time of the shooting, the clothing box was sitting behind the folding screen, which is why the bullet from the pistol hit both the box and the folding screen. It went through the screen and then into the box. Miss Miney, you were hiding behind the folding screen, waiting for your chance. Yes, for your chance to kill Dr. Gray. But this is then Mr. Phoenix Wright. What about this picture? Are you saying the person in this photo is Miss Miney? That is exactly what I am saying. Miss Miney, you were hiding inside this clothing box all along. And you wore a medium's costume to masquerade as Maya Fey. To masquerade as Maya Fey? She had a plan from the very beginning. She would kill Dr. Gray and pin the blame on my client. No, stop. I can't stand to listen to any more of this foolishness. If that's the case, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I have a proposition. This whole idea that the witness moved the clothing box to the crime scene, pretended to be the defendant, killed the victim, and then fled the scene of the crime. It's not possible for one person to do that all by herself. It really is impossible. For one person to do all the preparations, that is. Ow! Need I remind you, the foolish receive no mercy. Wait, Miss Von Karma, you said it was not possible for one person, correct? What? You can't be serious. Miss Miney, you had an accomplice. Yeah. Grr, this person. If it wasn't someone from Korean Village, you couldn't have gotten the costume. And if it wasn't someone from the Faye household, you wouldn't have that box to use. Morgan Faye. Isn't that the wonderful lady witness we had earlier? What do you have to say to this, Miss Miney? Grr. You shot Dr. Gray with your own 2 hands. Do you deny it? Yeah. And she loses it like most witnesses do. And culprits do. I think this is what really happened. The murderer had planted herself at the scene of the crime, long beforehand. Dressed in a medium's costume and wearing a wig, she pretended to be the defendant. And then, the channeling started. The murderer crept silently towards the other 2, both of whom had their eyes closed. First, she drugged Maya Fey with a strong sleeping agent. Then, she stabbed Dr. Gray with a knife. Next, she hid my client inside the clothing box. She did that so she could take Maya's place and frame her for the crime. But that's when something unexpected happened. Unexpected? Yes. Dr. Gray was actually not yet dead. The last of his strength, he fired a shot at his attacker, and that is where the hole in the falling screen was so low to the ground. The murderer then took the gun from Dr. Gray and... After that, you and the other lady thought to break into the room? Yes, a gunshot is certainly something you wouldn't expect to hear. Which is why, upon hearing the shots, we forced our way into the channeling chamber. Miss Miney, she immediately covered her own costume with blood and pretended to be Maya Fey. But that sort of deception would have been easy to see through, which is precisely why Miss Forgan Fey chased us out. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. Hurry, before there are more victims here. What is one supposed to say? This is the real truth behind this murder. Who is that? Laughing at a time like this? Ack! Oh, you simple-minded fools. I'm sorry. Are you still by chance evolving? What is it this time? Miss Von Karma? Surely. Of course it was me. Do you really think someone at Von Karma blood will loose due to something this petty? What in the world? Mr. Phoenix Wright, your argument is flawed in one very crucial area. And that is, if this witness is the real murderer, why would she go through all this trouble? Huh? Working together with a medium, pretending to be one, putting on this whole act. What reason would she have to do such foolish things? Well, that's, yeah, that's right. That's exactly what I was gonna say. Oh, and one other thing. Why would Miss Eenie Miney want to kill Dr. Gray? Where's her motive? Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted to say too. Yeah, motive. I don't have a motive. A motive? I can't say she has no motive here. I have to think of a motive now. What is the reason for wanting Dr. Gray dead? The reason you want Dr. Gray dead is this. Yeah, her sister. Ha! Just as I thought. You bore me with your silly answers, Phoenix Wright. Just great. Now even she's calling me by my full name. You think I did this to get revenge for my sister's death? Yes. Because through the accident, you suffered a lot of hurt and pain yourself. Don't be stupid. No one has proof that Dr. Gray drugged my sister, right? And you want to say I want to take revenge based on nothing? What do you mean by that? Senile, stupid Gramps. I'm, going to explain, so, please listen, okay? It's been over half a year since I was discharged from the hospital. If I, wanted revenge, then, I wouldn't have waited this long. And besides, the guy that thought of this weird thing was, Dr. Gray. It was, a total coincidence he asked me about it, you know? She's back to her airhead persona. However, you see, ouch! Pathetic, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You failed to support your own theory. The end. I think we have our answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What Miss Miney has stated is very true. The revenge plan is overly complicated and she's no motive in the first place. Furthermore, there was no reason for Miss Morgan Fay to cooperate with this plan. You don't even have any truly decisive pieces of evidence to demonstrate your point. Tisk tisk. So many thoughts, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You should really learn your place. Urgh! What happened? I thought I had it for sure. Hee hee. See, it's just as I, told you. I hope you liked your slice of humble pie. Very well. I now conclude the cross-examination, Miss Eenie Miney. Your Honor, please allow the defense one more minute. Right? You can't lose here. Have faith in yourself, Phoenix. Mia? Yes, it does sound like a ridiculously messed up plan for a murder. But you know, regardless, that girl trained for this crime. Really? Listen, Phoenix. Everything happens for a reason. There is a reason for why she had to kill Dr. Gray. There's also a reason she had no choice but to kill him in this fashion. Time is up, Mr. Wright. The final answer, please. If you want to say that you can prove Miss Miney had a motive, then why did she kill the victim in this way? Can you provide the reason? Can I really do this? Yeah, we can. I am not totally confident here, but I know that I must press on no matter what. That's right, Phoenix. Only you can do this now. I will show and substantiate the fact that Miss Miney had a motive. Ha ha ha. Too bad. You're too late. A cross-examination has already ended, after all. Eek! Interesting. I'll let you have your chance, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? You're supposed to be on my side. Aye! Von Karma only cares about the perfect win. As long as you have the will to fight, I will knock you down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. And I don't care if you are my witness. So help me, I will throw you out of my way. No way. Very well. Court will take a 5-minute recess. We will continue the cross-examination after we reconvene. Hey, wait a second. Yeah. Quite intense, isn't it? But let's end this here. So yeah, thanks for watching. And feel free to like and comment and subscribe and check out my Twitch and Ko-Fi and Twitter/X. The next episode will be finishing up this trial. And I think the entire case too, yeah. So look forward to that. Peace off.